Hi, welcome back to yoga class. We're going to start with standing. So let's come to our hip width distance apart, grounded feet, knees are soft, abs are tucked in. Let's roll the shoulders back and down, lengthen all the way through the torso, allow the arms to release. Remember, we have the crown of the head towards the back and on top that we're lengthening like a string coming all the way through so that we lengthen the back. And as we are starting standing today, let's go ahead and inhale and exhale, shutting the eyes, and just coming back to center, coming back to being inward, checking in, scanning the body, and just noticing how you feel. So today we're coming into the third eye. We'll start off with a hand mudra. Let me get a little bit closer. So how the hand mudra goes is we're going to bring the middle fingers touching. The other fingers will be bent and even pointing down. We'll come together enough that they touch, continue to point down. The thumbs will also point down. So it almost looks like a heart, but we will keep the thumbs open if we can. The middle fingers upward. Everything else is pointing down. So here the middle fingers are touching, lengthening upward, all other fingers pointing down and touching. Coming back to our hip width distance apart, and just bring it to about the heart area. Coming back to our breath as we have this hand mudra for the third eye. We're going to come into our seed mantra, so we're going to chant the sound Om for the third eye. Let's go ahead and inhale to Om. Om. Inhale to Om. Inhale to Om. Two more times. Last one. Just take a few moments here, keeping this hand mudra, noticing the difference in the body and in the mind. Take a moment to re-scan through the body. And let's slowly start to release our hand mudra, arms back down to the side. Taking a moment, hopefully, when you've scanned through the body, that you're also checking in to see if there's any pain or anything going on in the body, so that you're aware of it before we start our yoga, just so that we can be able to work with our body. All right, let's go ahead and inhale and start with the shoulders drawing up to the ears. Exhale, we're going to squeeze the shoulders back and down. Inhale, this time forward and up. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, forward and up. And exhale, coming back and down. We're going to start the opposite direction. Squeeze the shoulders back. Inhale, drawing up to the ears. Exhale, forward down. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders back, lift up. And exhale, rolls us forward and down. Inhale, draw back, lift up. And exhale, forward, down. All right, we're standing here. Let's take our right fingers. We're going to bring our gaze to our right fingers. Keep the hips exactly where they're at. Stable feet, stable hips. Inhale, drawing up. And as we exhale, the hips stay forward. We're going to twist at the waist. Look back behind us. And release all the way back down to our side. Continue with the same arm, so keep the hips stable, forward facing. Inhale, eyes connect to our hand, to our fingertips. Open up, twist at the waist as we exhale. Bring it back down. One more time. Inhale, arm comes up, lifting the gaze. Exhale, twist at the waist. Bring the arm all the way back and behind. Starting at the other leg, other arm now. Bringing that arm to our side. Let's inhale. Keep the eyes on the fingertips. Draw up. And exhale, open all the way back and down while keeping the eyes on the fingertips or hand. Inhale, bringing it up. Exhale, letting your waist twist, keeping stable in the legs and in the hips. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. All right, bringing it back. Let's open up the legs. Just comfortably open, so maybe more than shoulder width distance apart. Toes are going to point forward. We're going to stabilize through the legs. So keep the knees soft, abs tight. And start pressing down through the soles of the feet. Notice where you have most of your pressure. Try to even it out between the balls of the feet, the toes, and your heel. Try to press evenly into our feet here. Let's inhale, lengthen up through the arms, up and over. And palms come together. Let's cross the thumbs. Exhale, lateral flexion to one side. Inhale, sweep it back up through center. Exhale, lateral flexion to the opposite side. Inhale. Remember, moving with the breath. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, coming up. Let's release the hands, shoulder width distance apart, palms still face each other. We're going to come in a big circle, so we're going to soften, bend the knees. Inhale, lengthen up through center. Exhale, coming to one side. Allow yourself to hinge at the hips. Allow yourself to fold forward, down. Coming over to the other side. Inhale, lengthen all the way up to center. Exhale, back down to the side, through center. Inhaling, drawing all the way up. One more time. Exhale. Inhaling. Stopping here, opposite direction. Exhale. Starting our inhales, we come up to the side. Lengthen all the way through center. Exhale. Taking our time, legs are stable. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. And inhale. Coming all the way back up. Let's bring our palms face forward. Exhale, release. Let's bring the hands all the way back behind our back. Remember, you're always welcome to use a strap or a towel here. So I'll show with a strap today. Let's go ahead and roll the shoulders back. Keeping the legs wide, toes pointed forward, stabilizing into the feet. Keep the abs tight. Hinge at the hips, tight core, coming all the way down to the floor. Then start to lift those arms up over the back, overhead. Again, nice deep breath. Strong core again, strong legs. We're pressing through those legs, coming all the way back up. And this time we're going to lift through the heart, roll the shoulders back. You can bring your hands or fists into the glutes. Make sure we tighten the glutes, tighten the abs, and let's open through the heart, through the shoulders, through the throat, and the third eye. Remembering breathing in and out the nose here. And any neck issues or any issues with being dizzy, just bring the gaze forward. You can still open through here. And let's exhale one more time. Let the heart lead. Hinge at the hips, tight core. Coming forward down all the way to the floor and then lifting those hands up off the back. And let's exhale again. Nice strong legs, tight core, hinging all the way back up. We're keeping our back flat. Go ahead and release the belt. We're going to rotate one foot straight forward. Remember, we're hip width distance apart, so if you need to move that other foot because they were right next to each other, widen out your stance. We want to come into our warrior one. So toes, front toes point forward, knee stacks right above your ankle, hips come forward facing. Pressing down through that long leg behind us, pressing into the heel, toes point off into a side direction. Let's go ahead and inhale, bring the arms up and over for our warrior one. We're gonna have a couple more breaths here, and then we're gonna bring movement to our warrior one. Moving into airplane arms, let's sweep forward, hinge at the hips. If you need to, if there's any back issues, I suggest not to sweep forward with the arms, but to open the arms to our sides so we have lever length shortening here. So let's inhale, draw up. Exhale, draw the heart forward, flatten the back. Rotate the palms facing upward today as we reach up towards the ceiling, fingertips, and then let's sweep back and inhale, lengthen back into our warrior one. Exhale again, sweeping forward down. Bringing those arms back, fingertips back, lengthen through the arms, and let's start to come all the way back up. Inhale, warrior one. Last one, exhale, forward down, hinge at the hips, heart leads, arms come up and back. And for now, the palms are facing upward towards the ceiling. Go ahead and rotate, the arms coming all the way back up and over into warrior one. And let's exhale, open the hips now to warrior two. So same arm as that leg is bent forward. Check in. You can see your toes, or at least the big toe, knee ankle alignment here. That arm comes straight forward, the other arm comes straight back. Roll the shoulders back, lengthen through the torso. Find that we're pressing evenly through both feet. Then bring the gaze over the fingertips that are forward facing. We're going to bring some movement to our warrior two now. So let's rotate the palms face upward. Inhale, lengthen through that front leg, lengthen through the arms. You can bring the gaze over to the side. And then exhale, looking over the fingertips, bend that knee again right above the ankle, warrior two. Palms up. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, moving back to warrior two, looking over the fingertips. Palms up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, warrior two. Palms up. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, warrior two. From warrior two, release that back arm. We want to come into reverse warrior. That palm faces up, the one that is still reaching forward with that leg. And let's inhale, lengthen all the way up towards the ceiling, having a few breaths here. exhale, starting to release that. Let's come back to our legs forward facing. This time we're going to come into some sun and moon flowers before we move to the other side. So let's make sure the toes now point out diagonally. As we bend the knees, they come right above the ankles. We're sitting back, hinging at the hips. The back is lengthened and flat. We have stacked vertebrae, strong core. Inhale, lengthen up, palms forward, moonflower. Exhale, elbows come down to the rib cage. Bring the glutes back, hinge at the knees and hips. Inhale, lengthen up. Moving into sunflower, wide, big circle. Option to hinge at the hips and draw yourself forward. Inhale, lengthening up. Palms forward, exhale, moonflower. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, sunflower. Inhale, lengthening up. Exhale, moonflower. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, sunflower. Inhale, lengthening up. Exhale, moonflower. We have one more sunflower here. Inhale, lengthen up. And let's exhale, sunflower. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Let's find our feet again. So once again, moving to the opposite side. We want to have that front foot forward, knee bent right above the ankle. The back leg is lengthened. Remember, it has a little bit of an angle. And feel that we're pressuring, putting the pressure, grounding through the soles of the feet evenly. Bring the hips forward facing. Let's inhale, warrior one. Nice deep breaths here in our warrior one. We're going to start to bring movement to our warrior one. Airplane arms with palms facing upward. So inhale, lengthen through the torso. Exhale, let's bring our heart forward, flat back, palms facing upward, arms lengthening towards the ceiling. Coming back up as we inhale. Exhale, bringing it back into airplane. Inhale, coming up into warrior one. Exhale, coming back into airplane. And inhale, all the way back into our warrior one. We're going to take our warrior one and we're going to open the hips and move to warrior two. So inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, that same arm to that same leg moves forward. The opposite arm moves back. Palms face down, roll the shoulders back, lengthen through the torso. Hips are open now. Check your front knee. Make sure you can see the big toe, ankle, knee alignment. Then bring the gaze over the front fingertips. We're going to bring movement to this one as well. So let's do palms rotate, upward facing, lengthen through that front leg, come up to center, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Palms rotate up, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, warrior two. Palms up, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, warrior two. Palms rotate up, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, warrior two. Last one, palms rotate up, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, warrior two. From there, we want to bring it into our reverse warrior. Release that hand back behind us. The palm in front of us rotates the palm upward and starts to reach up towards the sky with the fingertips. Nice deep breaths in and out of the nose here. And let's exhale, release. We're going to come back to center. Let's move it back to hip width distance apart. We want to tighten our inner thighs and our pelvic floor. So let's grab a block block or a ball, either one. I'll use a block today, but you can also grab a ball if that's convenient for you or more comfortable. Remember, hinging at the knees, bring the block between the inner thighs. It's a few inches above the knees here. Hips width distance apart, toes point forward. Let's inhale, lengthen up through the arms. And as we exhale, let's move back into our chair pose. So remember, a chair pose, you can have hands on knees, or you can have palms facing you, roll the shoulders back, elbows close to our sides, or you can extend all the way through the fingertips and arms from the shoulders. Let's go ahead and release, come back up, inhale. And you could also have the choice of bringing palms together. Exhale, coming back into your chair pose. Releasing, let's move with the breath. Inhale. And exhale, coming back into chair pose. Again, inhale, open and lengthen. Exhale, chair pose. We're gonna move into our side chair twist. So keeping knees, keep that block squeezed, twist at the waist, torso lengthens, open up the arms, and continue with the breath in and out the nose. And let's exhale. We're gonna come back to center. Inhale, lengthen up and over. Exhale, coming back into chair pose. And this time, twisting open to the opposite side. So open those arms. And let's exhale, bring it back to center. Inhale, open and lengthen. And exhale, palms together, hands to heart. All right, keeping the block between the legs. We're gonna come down into our downward facing dog. So let's inhale, lengthen up and over. Exhale, swan dive to the floor. Keep the knees soft. Let's inhale into our half back. You can add monkey here by bringing the gaze forward. And exhale, let's bring our hands down, walk it out into downward facing dog. As we're here in downward facing dog, let's find our flat back, maybe pedaling a little bit through the heels. Soften the knees, keep the block between the legs. Let's inhale and make our way into our plank. Remember, you can have forearm plank and you can also have kneeling plank. And let's move it back into our downward facing dog. Inhale forward into plank. And exhale back into downward facing dog. And let's inhale back into our plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, coming into plank. Let's let the knees come down. We're going to remove that brick or ball. Come back into our partial plank. Take a nice deep breath. Let's exhale. We're going to move all the way back into our child's pose. So coming all the way into child's pose, knees face forward. You can use hands or fists to stack. And let's come back up to all fours. We want to make our way into cat-cow. So inhale, expanding cow. And exhale, contracting, compressing the abs in cat. Inhale, expanding cow. Roll the shoulders back, expand through the heart. And exhale, compressing cat. Inhale, expanding cow. Exhale, compressing cat. Let's add arms and legs to this. Inhale. As we come into cow, point the toes, lift the leg, draw the opposite arm forward, gaze forward. Exhale, bring it back to the ground and draw the abs in for cat. Opposite spinal balance cow. Lengthen one arm, point the opposite toes, gaze forward, lift up with that leg. Exhale, let's bring it back to the ground. Draw the abs in for cat. Inhale, lengthen into our spinal balance, lift the back leg. Exhale, bring it back into cat. Inhale, arm forward, opposite leg back and up. And exhale, coming back into cat. Let's move all the way back into our downward facing dog by tucking the toes, spreading through the fingers. And let's walk our hands back to our feet. Inhale, flatten the back, squeeze those glutes, soften the knees, come up and over. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Let's step a foot forward. We're setting up again, so we have that right knee forward, stacked right above the ankle. The opposite leg is lengthened and pressing into the heel. Let's go ahead and open up. So right now our hands can be on the legs. As we open, make sure we keep that knee ankle alignment. As we're opening up, we're going to come into our extended, bringing that arm up and over. So that forearm elbow bends, palm faces up. We're extending from heel, lengthening all the way through the fingertips, all the way through our torso. As we move from side angle, we're going to move it all the way back into our reverse warrior. So as we inhale, let's lengthen up through reverse warrior. As we exhale, moving back into side angle pose, reaching and extending overhead. Inhale, let's lengthen back up, coming back into reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Just sweeping that arm all the way over. One more time. Inhale. Reverse warrior. Exhale, coming back into our side angle extension. Go ahead and come all the way back up. So as we come all the way back up, keeping torso length, we're switching the legs. Remember to find that same hip width distance apart with the legs. Front leg, knee bends right above that ankle. Right above that ankle, the opposite leg comes back and lengthens. Remember, hips are gonna open up to the side, so check that knee, toes point forward. Let's go ahead, do palm face up, bend the elbow, coming right into our side angle pose. Draw a hand up and over, and then extend all the way overhead. So we're pressing through the heel, lengthening through the fingertips. Remember, we're gonna come into our reverse warrior. So start to sweep up, release that arm. Opposite arm comes up, lengthens up, stretches up. And let's exhale, coming back into our extended side angle pose as we reach over. Inhale draws us back up into reverse warrior. Exhale, just move with the breath, even if it takes 2 breaths. Try to move slow, controlled. Exhaling back into our extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Legs are stable, hips are stable. We're just moving the torso and the arms. Coming back into extended side angle pose. Let's inhale, move all the way back into reverse warrior. And exhale, extended side angle. from extended side angle. Let's rotate that arm forward. Bring the fingertips down to the ground and step that foot forward, hip width distance apart. Inhale, monkey. Draw forward. Inhaling, nice flat back, hip width distance apart, coming into our monkey. Exhale, forward fold. Squeeze the glutes, soften the knees. Inhale, flatten the back as we reverse swan dive, up and over. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart. We're going to come into our eagle's pose today for our balance. So let's find our hip width distance apart, toes point forward. And it's optional to come into that seating position. We'll just go through it. So let's go ahead and press into the sole of the foot, take one of the legs and cross over the other leg. Now as we do this, you can keep balls of the feet on the ground for that leg that is crossed. Or if you feel like you have great balance today, you can lift it up. You can also cross those toes behind the leg. So it's up to you where you're at today. Once you have that leg crossed, bring the arms, palms out and up. The opposite arm to this leg that is crossed over the top will come underneath the other arm. Crossing, bending at the elbows, palms then reach towards each other and lift up off the chest. If you want to add to this pose, hinge back at the hips and at the knees. Keeping a nice flat back. And let's exhale. Slowly release the arms, release that leg, and move that leg back. Let's go ahead and just pick the knee up, interlace the fingers, draw knee to chest, and let's release down. Opposite leg, interlace fingers, knee comes in towards the chest, squeezing and releasing. We're going to move to the opposite leg. So whichever leg was stabilizing, move to the opposite. Cross the other leg. Remember, you can always keep balls of the feet and toes on the ground for balance. You can also just bring hands center here. Maybe this is good enough for you. Remember, the leg that is crossed, opposite arm will come underneath. So the arms are extended, palms face upward, and we're going to bring them across each other. Opposite arm to that leg is now underneath. Crossing, bending at the elbows, palms up, lift the elbows off the chest. And whenever you find that you are ready, you can hinge at the hips, at the knees, keep the back flat, keeping our balance here. So remember, you don't need to come into the full version of eagle. Find what you can do today. And then focus the breath in and out of the nose. And let's gently start to release that. Slowly coming out of it from the arms and legs. And let's come back to wide legs again. This time I'm going to just use my hands. We are going to come forward and down. So let's bring the arms back behind us, interlace the fingers, or you can grab a belt. Keep the knees soft, toes point forward, pressing down into the soles of the feet. Let the heart lead, hinge forward down. Lift the arms, hands up off the back. Nice deep breaths here. And keeping that together, let's lift back up, press through the soles of the feet, through those legs, tightening. Keep the hands interlaced. Let's lift up through the heart, through the gaze if we can. Tighten those glutes. We want to protect the low back. Come back into breathing as we open through the chest and the heart. And let's exhale. Bring it back. We're going to release. We want to come all the way down to the floor now. So let's go ahead and come to back to our hip width distance apart. Inhale, bring the arms up and over. Nice deep breath here. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Let the heart lead forward down, forward fold. Then let's extend through a lengthen back, coming into monkey pose. Inhale, gaze forward. And let's exhale, bring it all the way down. Coming into our downward facing dog. And let's move back into our plank. As we move into plank, let's find our forearm plank. So bring it down to the forearms, elbows align with the shoulders, palms can come together here. Keep a nice flat back, abs are tight. And let's soften those knees. We're gonna walk our hands back. We wanna come into our wide-legged extended child's pose. So bring glutes to heels. This time knees are gonna open up wide to the side as we allow ourselves to come down closer to the earth, closer to our mat. Start to make our way back up. As we make our way up, we're not coming all the way up. Let's just make our way to our glutes. We want to come all the way down to the glutes. Remember to get the stuff that you need for Shavasana. We are going to do a few more stretches before we get into it. So come forward as we're going to hang on to the backs of the legs, tighten that core, allow us to round back onto the floor. Let's bring knees into chest, head towards the knees, and gently rock left and right. Let's go ahead and release the soles of the feet here. Bring the arms down to the side. Let's inhale, open those arms, lengthen up and over, stretch overhead. Take a nice deep breath. Let's exhale, bring the hands, palms face down, and start to lift the glutes as we come up into our modified bridge. Remember to feel the length in the neck and in the shoulders as we lift the glutes. Let's exhale, release. Let's take and tighten our abs so we can bring knees right above the hips, alignment, making our tabletop. Let's open the arms here. Take a nice deep breath. We're going to exhale to one side. Allow the knees to fall to that side. Allow the arms to stay open, keeping the gaze towards center or up towards the ceiling. Option to bring opposite hand to the top leg and just gently pressing down towards the earth, which helps open up the low back. Remember, this is just an option. Let's gently release, tighten the core muscles, draw knees to chest. You can round the back. We're going to give ourselves a good squeeze here again as knees come to chest, maybe rocking gently back and forth. And when we're ready, open up those arms again, stack knees right above the hips, finding our tabletop. We're going to release the knees to the opposite side. Allow the back, especially the low back, to twist, the hips. We want the shoulders to remain open, the chest to remain open, and the gaze up towards center. Option to bring opposite hand on top of that top leg and pressing down towards the earth will help open the lower back. let's gently start to release. If you have that option, tighten the core, knees towards the chest. Let's round the back. Last time to give ourselves a good hug, a good squeeze while the back is rounded. Take a moment, maybe rocking gently left and right. Maybe we're rocking up and down or coming into circles. Whatever feels good on your back right here, right now. Letting that back get a little bit of a massage as it gets to press down into the floor and lengthen out. When you're ready, you can start to release the feet. Remember, you want to be comfortable in your meditation today. So if you need to have blankets, pillows, blocks, whatever you need for comfort. We're coming into our corpse pose. This is palms facing upward, extending through the arms comfortably. And if you are ready and the low back is ready for this, you can extend through the legs. And as we extend through the legs, they are open so that the feet can open up and relax as well. You should feel comfortable and safe where you are. Coming into the breath. Just allow the deep breathing in and out of the nose again. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Coming back inward as we come back into the body, scanning again. How do you feel? How does the body feel? Starting to relax the toes, the feet. Allow the ankles to relax. Allowing the legs to relax. As we move from the lower legs, expanding through the knees, feeling the breath as it moves through the body and relaxes the body. Letting go of tension as we move through our quads, our glutes, moving up into the pelvis. Relaxing as we move towards the tailbone. Relaxing the tailbone as we lengthen each vertebrae with the breath, feeling that expansion. And then feeling that relaxation as we exhale. Continuing to release and relax the vertebrae as we slowly move upward from the tailbone to the sacrum, from the sacrum to the low back, our lumbar vertebrae. And then moving up through the mid-back, the thoracic vertebrae. Relaxing the rib cage, relaxing the diaphragm, and then moving all the way up through the upper back, shoulders, relaxing the scapulas, the shoulders, the arms, all the way through the fingertips. Relaxing through the neck, the cervical vertebrae, all the way to the base of the head. And from the base of the head today, we're coming right into the pineal gland, between left and right brain, center of the mind, shaped like a pine cone. Touch with our third eye, we see infinite indigo blue skies. Imagining our own night sky, speckled with stars, speckled with hope. Realizing the infinite possibilities, allowing your mind to open. Allowing yourself to make that connection between the pineal gland and the third eye above and between the brows. Allowing the energy to move from pineal gland out through the third eye and then back in through the third eye into the pineal gland. Deep rhythmic breaths in and out of the nose. And as we focus our mind on our breath, allowing new opportunities, opening the mind to see these new opportunities. Allowing the mind to relax and be at peace, as we are all universal beings. Relaxing in that infinite space. As our mind clears and opens, we bring in our intuition. I am guided by my insight. I am guided by my insight. I am guided by my insight. As we focus on the breath, expanding and releasing, we're starting to bring movement back to the body, back to our fingers, back to our toes, bringing movement back to the limbs. And as we bring movement, maybe we stretch overhead like a good morning, contract the body, bringing blood flow back, and then releasing. Starting to open the eyes. Let's make our way to our left side if we can in fetal position. If it's uncomfortable to come to your left, you're always welcome to come to your right. And as we come to our fetal position, you're always welcome to draw those knees into chest to stretch the back. And when you're ready, we're coming back up into our sitting position. Remember to press. Try to use palms of hands and arm strength to press yourself away from the floor. Thank you for moving through yoga with me today. Namaste. Namaste. might you find hope and peace throughout the day.